All right, guys, we're here with a very special story time today. I like to go back and talk to old friends sometimes about stuff that, we did and stuff like that, and reminisce about things. And we're here today with Fatima Ferrer Gomes. Which name are you using now?
Gomes.
Gomes, okay, Fatima Gomes. Now, Fatima and I met in high school when we were, I was probably 12? About 12 years old, so I'd make you, what, you were 13?
13?
Yeah.
13, 14.
So we were like 12, 13 years old. And I had this huge crush on Fatima. And I would go to lunch, and her friend Donna would be like, Jerry, this. And she would fuck with me, like mess with me. And Fatima was always cool about it. For some reason, it was just like, leave him alone. And I would sit with her at lunch and stuff, which only drove the crush even worse, because you're like, she's so nice. But she never was a jerk about it. She was always cool about it. And we became really good friends throughout the years. And now here we are, like 26 years later, 27 years later, and we're still, in contact and talking stuff. We were visiting with her during Christmas. So we're going to let her do a story time because she's got some stories from when we were kids. Go ahead and whatever you want to do.
Okay, so I remember very clearly that we used to talk on the phone a lot.
Yes, I used to fall asleep on the phone talking to her.
Yeah, and but we didn't have, I didn't have a cordless phone, so I had to pick up the phone, drag it into the living room, sit on the phone, and I would always bug him to play. Do you remember?
Play the guitar.
Yes.
Yeah, play the guitar on the phone.
And I don't remember, it was one of the Skid Row, I think, used to play. Yeah. But the most memorable story, and I had to tell it actually today so I can remind my mom of who Jerry was, because she couldn't remember, was we had a snowstorm, so school was canceled.
Which is common in Rhode Island in the winter, it happens.
And he was in a band called...
That was Opposing Force, right?
Opposing Force.
With Brian DeFusco and Dave.
Yeah, your bass player.
Yep.
And he wanted me to go and see them, but of course I wasn't allowed to leave the house after the lights went out. So he decided to be a nice guy and bring over a videotape so I can watch it. So he walked from his house, probably like a good half a mile, in a snowstorm to bring me the videotape. And literally came in the house and said, "This tape's for Fatima." And I was like, okay. And then you left, and my mom's like, what's this all about?
She had very strict parents, very strict Portuguese parents. Yeah, so of course, there's this boy showing up in a snowstorm. I had long hair. It was kind of funky looking. I do remember going back to your house. I was wearing the bodybuilding stuff.
Yes, years later.
Years later, because I was probably about 20 years old, or
you were
19 or 20 or something.
I was 21. I remember at the time. Yeah.
And I don't remember what I think it was just stopping by to say hi or whatever. And her mom was just like, again, it didn't matter how I looked. She was just like, there's another boy here talking. We're like 20 something years old.
Well, plus too, you're huge. Your neck was. I hadn't seen you in. Oh my God, you were the last time I saw you. You probably weighed 100 pounds, and your hair was long. Really. And that was the first time I saw you when you were bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, your neck is probably as big as my two legs put together. Yeah. So, and then you sat on my mom's red couch and sunk in.
So I think you graduated what year?
92.
92, and I was 93. So you were only 1 year ahead of me?
Yeah.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, she graduated before, and then she went on to cosmetology school, or was it cosmetology school?
Yeah.
And I remember, at that point, she was doing the college thing. I was getting ready to go to college, and for a little while, we kind of lost touch and stuff until was it Facebook or something? That's how we got back in touch.
The first time we got back in touch was because you had heard about us splitting up with Will the first time.
Right. Which this was another whole great story. That the reason why we lost touch, which involves my other friend Henry, who I'm going to see in a little while. Henry played basketball all the time, and her boyfriend at the time, who was really not liking the fact that I talked to her a lot, because I don't know why he would be intimidated by me. I was always around, so maybe that's what it was. But he thought Henry was me. So on the basketball court, he knocked Henry down and was like, "You better stay away from Fatima." And Henry was like, because he didn't hang out with me. He's like, "Oh shit, he thinks I'm Jerry." So Henry comes back from the basketball game and is like, "You need to stay away from Fatima." And I'm like, "There's no way." And he's like, "This is the situation." And I was like, shit. So he's like, "You're going to get beat up." And I'm like, "Yeah, but getting beat up is not a big deal. I've been beat up before or whatever." I was like, "But he's going to be mad at her, so it's better off if I just don't go around anymore." And that's why I kind of stayed away.
What a nice guy.
And then I remember, I don't even know if you know this, but we went to Bickford's. I came up to visit my family, and we went to Bickford's, and Donna was there. And Donna came walking out. She said, "Oh my God, Fatima's over there. Go say hi." So I walk in, and as soon as I walk in, I see Fatima. Her back is towards me, and I see her husband and the kids, and I was like, again, I'm like, and this is years later. I was 27 years old or something. I was like, I just don't want to start any shit, so I'm gonna kind of bypass that. And
but Donna let me know afterward. I was so disappointed I didn't see you guys.
But it's really cool to come back here, and now you have 3 kids.
Two.
The kid, two. You don't have 3 kids?
No.
Then
Two.
we'll count him.
Well, we count him too. Two, yeah,
One's
two.
getting ready to graduate.
One's getting ready to graduate. One's getting ready to go into high school. Jerry's bald and I'm getting old.
And I guess it's just the way it works. Well, we're going to sign off. This is great coming here to see you. Is there anything you want to say to the BioS3 viewers?
Oh, not really.
No, she doesn't really
I'm
watch
a
the
little
videos.
bit nervous on the spot here, but it's just wonderful to be able to stay in contact
Yes.
with you still. Yeah, it really is.
And we're out.